Hello. Hello. I realized I wasn't really ready. That's okay. It's Tuesday. I'm going to be on later tonight for Tuesday Tarot. For those of you who don't know, every Tuesday night, mostly, I go live and do Tuesday Tarot, which is me pulling one free card for as many people as I can fit into the hour. What's beautiful about those readings is many people watch them on the replay, which is really cool. Because when I do Tuesday Tarot, we're in a group setting. And so it's like all of your higher selves or all of your spirit guides kind of getting together and saying, okay, what is going to be like the most beneficial message for everybody, right? And so if there's a message that I'm giving to one person, just know that if it's resonating with you, if there's something I say, if there's a phrase that just kind of really locks into you, then that message is also for you. So even though I'm only able to get, I don't know what it is, 15, 20 people on in the hour. And I do have to keep it to an hour. I've tried to do more and it just energetically, the next day, I'm not any good for anybody. So it is an hour. Good morning. A couple of things going on, and I really wanted to come on today to do like an old school daily card reading. So I'm going to start with that, and then I've got some announcements and some things that I wanted to kind of share with all of you. So that'll be at the end. But I thought what I would do is start with a message for all of us, because I felt like, yesterday's message was supposed to be for the week, but I really feel like it was a timeless message that really came through me, that spirit really felt like it needed to come through. So if you're someone that's really going through something right now, needing some emotional balance, or well-being, definitely check out yesterday's video. I feel like you may find it valuable. But today we had Archangel Gabriel want to come through in the reverse. And so this is Gabriel is the divine. I'm going to read a little bit about Gabriel and then the message. So Gabriel is a divine messenger, the archangel of communication. He comes with his trumpet and scroll, as well as two gentle sparrows, signifying powerful yet peaceful expansion. Expression. Oh my gosh. I've even got my real glasses on today. On his chest, he wears the crest of Mercury, the god of communication. And Mercury is also going retrograde this week. So I feel like this might, tie in together, that, whatever's coming back up for you, I feel like is part of this message, this Mercury retrograde that's coming up. This loving angel carries the sacred words of truth into the world and brings them easily to you. And so the message is, Gabriel appearing reversed indicates that you may be having a difficult time where communication is concerned. You're not speaking out for yourself or filling your own mind with negative words. Self-sabotage, right? Negative self-talk. This could be a life lesson for you, something you've needed to change for a long time. Gabriel is a powerful force that can bring divine love and courage to your expression, and his help is yours for the asking. We have to ask, right? We have to ask the angels for their help. We come into this world, and one of the things that we get is free will choice. It's one of the universal laws of this planet that we get free will choice. And so when you have your guides coming in, when you have the archangels, any divine being, messengers from spirit, we have to invoke them, right? Which is why for a long time I talked about Tom T. Moore's book, The Angel Way, I believe it's called. And he, in the whole book, he's talking about requesting a most benevolent outcome, right? Because we have to invoke the angels. Unfortunately, it's the law of the universe that we have to ask for their help before they can come in and help us. And so I feel like today's message is really starting out with, are you asking for the help that you need? Are you invoking? Are you setting the intention? Or are you in prayer? The angels, your guides, they're all around you. They want to help you, but you have to reach out. And I feel like that's what this message is all about. Like, are you reaching out? Gabriel is a powerful force that can bring divine love and courage to your expression, and his help is yours for the asking. Ta-da! It's up to you to reach out to this wonderful angel who is always available and willing to help. Let his peaceful yet powerful presence fill you with courage now. And I feel like that's really what this whole message is about today. It's about having the courage to ask, right? I know as empaths, as traumatized, beautiful souls, light workers, you're sensitive. And so knowing and feeling that someone is not going to react positively or even remotely nicely for you speaking up or asking, it shut you down. That shut you down. And it might have been a romantic partner, it could have been a parent, but whoever it was someone very important in your life that was integral to your feeling of safety and stability, that root chakra, right? Family, finances. And so you stopped speaking up. And Archangel Gabriel is coming in today saying it's time to have the courage and if you don't have the courage, call on me and have the courage through me to speak up for what you need. And then the other piece of that is have the courage to ask me to help you come in and stop, self-sabotaging through negative self-talk, being able to use positive affirmations and not feeling a type of way. I know when I started using positive affirmations, I felt uncomfortable. Boy, did I feel uncomfortable. And it must be true because, the nose is going. Ah! And so I feel like this is the time. Good morning, Cynthia. Good morning, Darlene. Good morning, Presh. Good morning, Tracy. This is the morning. This is the day. This is the time that call on Archangel Gabriel to help you to stop the negative self-talk, because that is actually impacting your ability to manifest, your ability to call in what it is you want, who it is you want. It's that core wound that is keeping you from moving forward. And so courage is not the absence of fear, it's the walking through the fear. And I feel like that's what Archangel Gabriel is willing to do, like come in and help you walk through the fear of speaking up for yourself, asking for what you need, and even starting with just yourself, asking yourself what you need for yourself. And again, because you're so used to not being safe and stable, in your needs being in the forefront, that it's scary, it's uncomfortable. And so okay, so that's the first message. So let's dig into this and see where Spirit wants to take this. Thank you all yesterday for the prayers for dear Marianne. I got news this morning that she's doing well, got a good night's sleep, seems to be in better spirits. So I appreciate all that. Well, Cynthia, I don't know about that, because I know that I've used affirmations like sleep meditations, the I am affirmations, and I don't know if I believed them or didn't believe them because I wasn't aware, right? Those affirmations were working with changing the patterning in my subconscious. So no, I don't think you have to believe them right away. I think over time you're going to believe them because you're going to start seeing them to work. But I feel like just using them right now, for those of you who are still feeling very uncomfortable with the thought of speaking up for yourself or asking for what you need, not only from other people, but even just from your own self. Are you asking yourself what you feel you need and putting the time and attention into those things, right? Not always putting yourself on the back burner. Awesome. Okay, yeah, because vulnerability, self-doubt, weakness. Look at that. The strength card in return is in reverse is the first one that comes out. Yeah, because we don't feel strong. We feel, the first word I heard was victimized, and I hate that word. I don't ever want to feel like a victim, but you've been victimized, you've been abused, absolutely. And so, for those of you that can resonate with that, of course you feel vulnerable and in this energy, and I don't know what's going on, but all of a sudden my face is just itching out of control. So feeling vulnerable, is coming up right now. And, I do feel like this video is being tied into this Mercury retrograde that we're coming into. So maybe that's why I felt called to come on here this morning after yesterday. So feeling vulnerable is coming up right now. And a lot of the vulnerability is because there's truth that is coming out in your life, whether it's truth that is arising within you about situations and clarity that you needed on certain people and situations and relationships to help you release them, whether it's truth of situations around you that you've been a part of or in the collective, right? But there's a lot of underlying truths being revealed right now. This Mercury retrograde is absolutely triggering them. And so I feel like for you, it's why it's so important right now to learn how to or start to practice this speaking up, like expressing yourself, expressing how you believe, expressing what you want, expressing what you don't want, right? Expressing your boundary, right? So yeah, this vulnerability is definitely coming up. And so, however that's manifesting for you, this feeling of vulnerability, like really important to take a minute to lean into it and really feel into what you're feeling vulnerable about or why the vulnerability is coming up, what is being triggered within you, right? That's helping this truth to arise. Yeah, because you're really trying to manifest your desires. You're really trying to step into your truth. And you can't do that if you're allowing the fear to still be, if you're still allowing the victimization to be the energy, right? The fear, the victimization, the undeservedness or the unworthiness or the powerlessness, right? So how do you get what you want when you're not feeling like you deserve it? You don't. And that's why this Mercury retrograde is bringing up what you need for the truth of your situation. And again, it's a personal truth. It's, being honest with yourself. I mean, guys, if you saw me at the very beginning of this video, you see I've put on a couple pounds, right? The truth is, and I had to come to this truth myself just this week. I've fallen off the wagon eating correctly, right? I've leaned into the ice cream stand. I've leaned into the, eating what the kids eating. I've leaned into just indulging myself with food because that's my comfort, right? I'm a comfort food eater, right? Are you being honest about maybe how much you're drinking or how much you're vaping or how much you're smoking or how much you're, are you really looking at how you're self-sabotaging in all the ways and that negative self-talk, right? Are you buying your own negative self-talk story? Because that's easier, right, than looking at where you've fallen off the wagon, where you need to be more honest with yourself to get what you want. Good morning, Joanne. Good morning, Debbie. Good morning. Whew. The truth is coming up, guys. It's going to hit us in our face and it is going to make us feel vulnerable. But if we want to manifest what we want, we got to get honest, right? Yeah. If we want the success, right? We've got to get out of the insecurity. Look at this, 2 cards that kind of mirror the first 2, right? We want the good stuff. We want the wishes fulfilled. We want the abundance in all forms, right? But if we're feeling lack in any way, and it says lack of confidence, right? But it's lack in any way, lack of courage, lack of financial stability, lack of love and support, right? Whatever it is that we feel lack in. Yeah, Laura, I've had to stop doing that. She said, I had a cone last night. It was my dinner. Yeah, I gotta stop. My daughter actually contacted me last night. She's like, do you want to go get dinner? And by dinner, I mean, let's go to a, ice cream stand and grab something and then have dessert. And I was like, no. I actually went to the grocery store yesterday and bought like just food for me that I should be eating, so there's no garbage in my house. And last night, don't wasn't I wandering around the kitchen going, "There's nothing here." Well, there is. It's all good stuff. I didn't wanna cut up a nectarine. I wanted a cookie. So vulnerability. That is what is coming up in this Mercury retrograde. Um, Lack of confidence, lack of courage. And so calling on Archangel Gabriel to help you with the negative self-talk or speaking up for yourself with others, however this is resonating for you. And maybe you need both. Maybe you need both. But calling on Archangel Gabriel, absolutely. So I'm going to get one more card. We've had 4. Here's a little insider information from me to you. If you follow me, this is your insider information. When I go into your energy, whether it's an integrated energy therapy session, a spiritual life coaching session, I'm in your field with your crossed over loved ones if you're having an evidential medium reading, an angelic guidance session. Or if we're doing an intuitive guidance session, the 30-minute, right? Whatever it is, whatever way you're working with me, and sometimes even on these public forums, whatever way you're working with me, right? I'm feeling your energy. So if you're holding something back, if we work together long enough, it's going to come out energetically, right? And so I start probing because I'm never going to tell you what you're not ready to deal with, what you're not ready to look at, because that's not my job. My job is to facilitate your own healing. But if you're someone that's lying to yourself about something, spirit is bringing that because they want you to stop lying to yourself, because that's the only way that you can then address it, that through that self-awareness, and heal it, right? So if you've got a negative self pattern, right, whether it's addiction, self-harm, self-talk, at some point, I'm kinda gonna get the inkling. I might not know off the bat, but and especially in an energy session, sometimes I experience it, right? Like, I guess I said insider, right? So, like, if you have a sugar addiction, like, I feel it. If you have an alcohol addiction, I feel it. If there's, some kind of other addiction, I'm gonna get, because it's gonna come up in your field, because we're there to transform it. We're there to release it, right? And I feel like that's what spirit is bringing you in this energy. So in this Mercury retrograde, something that you don't want to face is going to hit you in the face. So if there's something that you keep ignoring within yourself, like, yeah, maybe I drink a little too much. Hmm, really? Is it a little too much? Maybe I use, you know, cookies and cake to make myself feel better. Is that a good thing? Right? Especially someone who's pre-diabetic. What am I doing? What am I doing? Um, but this is what's coming up in this Mercury retrograde, right? Where is it that you are sabotaging yourself, your growth, your manifestation, right? Because you're not willing to look at that thing that maybe you're seeing, and it's like, oh my gosh, it's that I can see the sty in somebody else's eye, but I can't see the sty in my own. Thank you, Grandpa. That was from my grandfather. Totally swooped in here. Part of the conversation. Usually it's Archangel Metatron, but today it was Grandpa. Yeah, you can see the sty in somebody else's eye, but can you see the sty in your own? Good morning, DM. Good morning. So that's what this Mercury retrograde summed it up. I can stop talking. He summed it up for us. Thank you, Grandpa. Yeah, because there it is, the moon. Your intuition is being ramped up. Your intuition is bringing you what you need, what the sty in your eye is. Guys, you think I come on here for you, but I'm getting messages just as clearly as you are. Oh gosh, and I feel the love. I'm going to start crying. Okay. Whew, thank you, Grandpa. Thank you. If you are part of my Facebook page, that is my, my regular account, not my business account. I actually was out taking a day off last Sunday afternoon off. I haven't had a day off in forever. I take time off. But anyway, that's another conundrum I need to fix, right? So I was feeling my brother, so I wrote a poem. So I dropped that on my regular Facebook page. But that's what's going on, guys. Intuition. You're never alone. Your team of guides, angels, ascended masters, crossed over loved ones are always here, supporting you, loving you, trying to help you bring forth what you need. And I feel like this very intuitive energy in this Mercury retrograde is what is coming in. Might come through dreams, might come through daydreams, might come through an aha moment, epiphany, which is, literally your clairaudience. But yeah, I feel like that is what because it's time for, oh gosh. Okay. So look at the bottom of the deck. Here's why. This is why it's all coming up, because it's time for the wheel to turn for you to come into success. And you can't come into success if you're still being bogged down by things that are keeping you stuck, right? The patterns, the self-sabotage, whatever it is that's keeping you stuck. It's coming up because it's really time for you to move on. It's time for you to have good luck, karma, soulmates. And soulmates I'm gonna put in here. So for those of you trying to manifest love, I feel like this Mercury retrograde is helping you get prepared for someone coming in. So you've got the wheel and the Lover's card. So for those of you who've been looking for love in all the wrong places, this Mercury retrograde is going to help you release some of the baggage you've been holding on to from those past relationships that really have kept you weighed down. And so the people pleasing and the lack of boundaries, the lack of being able to ask for what you need in a relationship with self and with others. So yeah, there it is. So for those of you really trying to manifest, and for those of you who've been really trying to come into justice for yourself, karmic justice, truth, honesty, integrity, apologies, agreements, binding agreements, legal issues being resolved. Again, not a lawyer, not a doctor, not giving me legal or medical advice, but yeah, something coming in after this Mercury retrograde that brings in justice of some sort. So for some of you, this is going to be about receiving something that you've been waiting for. And again, it might be relationship, it might be money, it might be opportunity, opportunity bringing in the money, right? So just know that what's coming up, what Archangel is helping you communicate is going to be very beneficial, this Mercury retrograde, helping you to get back into balance. So drum roll, please. How can I support you in doing this? Well, a year ago, I had a online monthly membership through my website, and I've missed it. And I had to, and I'm going to cry. Holy cow. Ooh, I've missed it. I've missed all of you. I've missed being able to channel. I've missed being able to support you in that way. And I couldn't maintain that level of energy because of what was going on in my personal life. And so for those of you who don't know, my daughter on May 31st, has her for 1 year sober chip. So things are going in a really good direction in my personal life. And I want to celebrate that by getting back to what I love to do, which is support all of you. And so the monthly membership is going to go back to what it was, $33 a month. It's going to go back to the 3 meetings a month. It's going to go back to the monthly message where I channel for the month. It's going to go back to the intuitive guidance. So coming in to receive a message, whether I pull a card for you directly or I just do a whole message for the group collective. And then the end of the month, healing, the energy circle, the healing energy circle, doing a group IET session, incorporating whatever color therapy wants to come through and whatever Reiki wants to come through. So that monthly membership is going to go back to my website. You can go to my website and you can click on Healing Your Way. You can look at all the packages. There's the coaching package. So there'll be two subscriptions now. There'll be the monthly membership, and then there'll be the monthly coaching. So the coaching monthly is for a year. That would come out automatically. And then the subscription for the monthly membership for the group would be that would come out automatically as well. And I do use PayPal through that, and you don't have to have your own PayPal account. It works through my PayPal account. So all of that is going to be on live this afternoon. I actually just sat down and decided to, I knew something was coming. I just didn't know what. But yeah, it's time for me to get back to supporting all of you. So if you are going to be part of the subscription coaching, you'll get the group subscription for free. That'll be included. And then also, if you do any of the packages, whether it's an IET package or the Empower Me Now coaching package, those are also going to include the monthly subscription. So I'm really excited. Going to get back to doing what I do best, which is supporting each and every one of you. So why do you want to work with me? Why do you want to work with me? Are you spiritually bypassing? Are you using spiritual practices to fix whatever the problem is? And that's never going to work, right? We have to go within. We have to use these spiritual tools to then help ourselves. Spiritual bypassing is not healing. You have to ground into your practices. And so if you're someone that really struggles with grounding into your practices, a monthly membership can actually help you be accountable, because you're going to have a monthly practice. You're going to have the ability to come to the meditation. You're going to have the ability to come through to the intuitive guidance. And you're also going to have the ability to come into the healing circle. So that is going to be really, really cool. So that is going to start. I'm going to actually start. We are halfway through this month. So I will start this month with the healing circle. So the first group session that we will have will be the healing circle. The beautiful thing is I'm going to reactivate the group that I deactivated. And so all of that is going to be back in there for you guys to go in and use. So all the replays are there from last year. So you'll be able to go back into the coaching calls. You'll be able to go back into the meditations. You'll be able to reutilize all the classes that are in there. So it's not just the replays of the meetings, but I've also got a whole section of classes in there for those of you who really want to develop your own intuition. So no, DB. Actually, the all the meetings are between 6:30 and 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So they're not all during the day. They're actually none are during the day. Just for whatever reason, because I work all day, to be honest with you. My appointment, I book all my appointments up until I believe 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So the meetings don't interfere with the ability to book me for one-on-one appointments. So thank you for that question. That's really cool. So this goes back to I'm not consistent. I don't have accountability. I'm not consistent. Well, now you can be consistent, because we're going to meet 3 times a month. They're all live. They're all Zoom meetings. They're all recorded. So if you can't make a meeting at the designated time, you can always go back like an hour later. I have everything posted on replay. So as soon as the meeting closes and then Zoom does what Zoom does, I get it uploaded right to the group portal, and then also in the membership. So the group does usually have all of the links, but then if you need things in a chronological order, or you want to go in and kind of pick and choose what you want to replay, you can go into the actual portal for the membership. So living in love, that's what we're all about, right? We're all about living in love. So if you're not addressing the root, symptoms like anxiety, fatigue, or toxic patterns might be spiritual signals. Yeah. And let's face it, we get spiritually signaled, right? Yeah. Anxiety is your sympathetic nervous system going, hey, something's not right in the state of Denmark. Help, right? Help. And so that's why it's important to build a routine, because if you know that you're going to get supported once a month in that group energy healing, the Empower Energy session that we do, then you know that you're getting your needs met, right? You're getting, and again, those group sessions are really powerful, because one of the beautiful things about energy is when we all come together in that session, whether you're watching on the replay or you're there live, we're amplifying the energy. And so there's so many people that after, they have these sessions, it's like, wow, my intuition is really ramping up, or, oh my gosh, I'm starting to feel, see, hear, know things that I didn't before, or, oh my gosh, I now see clearly from that higher perspective why I do certain things. And it's only through that ability to become self-aware and to really tap into that higher self, that intuition. Because let's face it, your higher self has the playbook, right? They see all the different avenues from all the different choices. And so they're always guiding you to the one that's going to get you there the easiest. So I call it the shortcut, right? You're taking the shortcut if you're working with your higher self. And so these sessions can absolutely support whatever journey you're on as far as developing your intuition or releasing your traumas and dramas, right? So, addressing the root is really, really important. And sometimes we don't know what the root is. For me, I didn't know I was holding on to such a huge imprint of resentment until, I got into my integrated energy therapy session. And I was like, oh, that's what's been blocking me. That's why I can't move forward. Right. And so, so I do feel you get a bang for your buck, because not only are you going to get me 3 times a month personally, but you're also going to get the group. And the group is the part, because I had a paid membership a couple of years ago on a different format, but we didn't have it. There was no way for us to communicate together. And so that's why I've moved it to my website, because now there's a group where we can safely talk about whatever you want to talk about, whether it's your connection to the galactic, whether it's your connection to your spirit guides, whether it's your own trauma, what you've been through, the abuse, the neglect, the pattern, the generational pattern, not just your own pattern. So the group is a nice, safe place for us to have real heart-centered connection. And what I love about it is you get to support each other. So it's not just me. I go in there and I will comment, but it's really a place for you to find like-minded people. So if you're someone that really is like, I don't have a tribe, right? I'm creating your tribe. So come be part of our tribe, right? And so, for the cost of, one takeout meal a month, you're in. So it's time, because it's time to reclaim your gifts. It's time to create that space for you to explore what you've been going through, because I can't tell you in how many 30-minute sessions, all the session really is the person asking me to validate what they've been feeling, seeing, hearing, and knowing, because they're so intuitive and they're so tapped in, turned on, right? But they don't know it. They just know that something's going on that they don't understand. And so this group is a beautiful place for you to come and go, okay, so this was the dream I had, or this is the experience I had, and can you help me out here, right? And I will chime in, but everybody else gets an opportunity to chime in, and that's what's beautiful about it. So this is a great place to integrate your gifts. This is a great place to renew your sense of purpose and enthusiasm. This is a great place for deeper intuition and insights, because the more you get validated, the more you trust and act on what you're experiencing, the more it opens up. It's just the way it happens, guys. It's just what happens. That's why one of the byproducts of having integrated energy therapy sessions is your intuition develops, because as you're releasing that dense energy and you're raising your frequency, you're getting in closer connection to your team of guides, angels, and ascended masters that are up here. So where you were down here and couldn't really get into connection, now it's like, oh, I see you, I hear you, I feel you, I know you. Okay, here we go, right? And so that's one of the beautiful byproducts of all the people that I've worked with IET in the last decade, is that they're like, Melissa, I can experience spirit now. I'm getting the intuition. I'm getting I'm getting the shortcut. I'm getting it. And so that's the beautiful part of what I've been doing all these years. And now that we're getting a sense of normalcy back in my life, my granddaughter is just thriving back with her parents, doing amazing, having the summer of her life, and really looking forward to pre-K next year. And my role is gone back to Mimi. And we've gone back to our one night a week where we spend together. And I can get back to being here for you and working on my own journey, right? Because it's a journey. There's no destination. And so I'm on a journey also. And so, working with you all helps me to keep growing and expanding. And good morning, Lisa. So yeah, so that's what we got going on. So it's time. It's time for all of us to take the next step on our journey. And I hope that you will find that this is your next step, coming to the Living in Love community and group, which is creating a tribe. So that is what we got going on. Okay. So for those of you that are able, integrated energy therapy certification classes are going to be in August, starting the 8th, Friday the 8th, Saturday the 9th, and then Sunday the 10th. We will do, we'll do a certification on the 8th for basic, certification for intermediate on the 9th, and then on the 10th, we'll do the certification for the advanced. Those are the 3 levels that I am able to certify, and then I will give you information on master instructor level certifications that if you're in this area, you can. I've got a beautiful master instructor that teaches master instructor certification in Rochester, New York. So she's about 40 minutes away from me. But if you're traveling into the area, there's a database of master instructor certification teachers out there, and I can link you up with all that information. So that weekend I'm really excited about. So if you're someone that has struggled with abuse and neglect and addiction and anything that's weighing on you that you're just really done with, feeling woulda, coulda, shoulda. You're done feeling abandoned by everyone. You're done pushing everybody away because that's your safety and your security. If I'm not emotionally vulnerable, I can't get hurt, but I also can't feel love. I'm not giving and receiving love in the way that I want to. So integrated energy therapy can really help you open up to yourself, to others, to heal those traumas and dramas that you've been carrying. And for those of you who really have come in to heal the generational line, that karmic pattern. So, it's time to step into your path. It's time to invoke your own team of spirit guides, angels, ascended masters, your crossed over loved ones. I mean, Grandpa came through today. They're always with us. So that's the caveat to the certification weekend is it is in person. So we'll be doing that at 188 Genesee Street, Suite 117 in Auburn, New York. So it would be a situation where you would have to travel in other 3 days or find somewhere to stay in the immediate area. I know we have a lot of Airbnbs out here. There's a Holiday Inn right here in Auburn. There's also a Marriott Express, I believe. So we have options, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to the weekend. So go to the event section of Facebook, and it is listed, Integrated Energy Therapy Certification Weekend with me. So if you're someone that holds certification and you would like to come and re-up, go through the attunement process again, go through the practice again, go through the learning again, or just hang out with me, get a hold of me, and there will be special pricing for that. All of this information is in the event tab on my website at melissaalwatkins.com, where you will also be able to go to the Healing Your Way tab for all of the subscription options and packages for those of you who are really ready to invest in your ascension, in your awakening, in your healing, in your ability to manifest your life, the happiest, the healthiest. Yeah, the healthiest. So it's time to anchor in to the new identity of your authentic self and letting go of the past version that was traumatized, that had inner child wounding, and that came in with imprints from past lives of trauma, abandonment, abuse, threat, shame, powerlessness, resentment, anger. We can help you release it. To reclaim your voice. Archangel Gabriel at the beginning of this came in saying he's going to help you with the courage to have a voice. And releasing what's holding you back from having that voice can also be so beneficial. Asking for what you need. How many of you are sitting there thinking, I can't do that? That's not possible. That'll get me slapped down. That'll get me laughed at. Nobody's going to care what I need. Nobody's going to care about my angst or I got to keep doing for them. That's all they want from me. That's how I stay safe and stable. That's how I keep my situation. I keep my relationship. I keep my home. I keep my support. And that's a scary way to live. And you deserve better. You deserve people who love you and support you, who don't put parameters on what that looks like, that it should be unconditional. But when you're someone that's never known unconditional love, there's always been a condition. Not having a condition terrifies you because you don't know your role. You don't know who you are. You've tied your self-worth up in your role. The role of mother, the role of caregiver, the role of cook, the role of driver, the role of maid, the role of counselor, whatever role you've taken on. Codependency. Needing that person in your life because if you don't have that person to take care of you, you're not okay. You don't know who you are. Letting go of codependency is very, very tough. It's very, very difficult. And for many of us, we don't even realize we're codependent. I mean, the first time my brother said that to me, I was like, who the hell are you talking to? I'm not codependent. And then I got the book and read the definition and went, he might be onto something. He might be onto something. That's all I was. Because I was tying my self-worth to everybody else's happiness. I didn't even know who I was. I didn't even know what I liked. This isn't just healing, it's reclaiming yourself. Reclaiming your sovereignty, your connection to the divine. Which is why so many of you, and myself included, we have a hard time surrendering to the divine, to source, to Christ consciousness, because we've been so consumed with being the person who took care of everything. How can we give that power over to an entity that we can't see, feel, smell, taste, touch, right? But if we're only living in those five senses, we're living a very muted experience. And I'm actually taking that from someone I had a very lengthy conversation about with all of this. And when he said that, I was like, that's like, what a beautiful way to to put that because it really is true. If we're only living in our five senses, it's a very muted experience because all of this beautiful energy is around us, wanting to support us and wanting to give us what we want. But we get so caught up in, I can't see it. I can't touch it. I can't feel it. I can't taste it. I can't smell it. I can't believe in it. And Source is asking you to do just that, to expand your senses through trust and belief. And so that's why I have been called to be here with you on this journey to help you not live a muted experience. And so I would wholeheartedly invite you to work with me. Give me about an hour. I don't know how long it'll take to reactivate everything. I think it's literally a push of a button. I think it won't take long at all. But I'm excited. I'm excited. And we're going to get back to 3 times a month. First Friday, second Tuesday, last, I think it was Friday. It was the last Friday of the month we did the healing circle. Maybe we'll have a discussion about what you guys feel is a better schedule. Maybe I'll put a poll up. What schedule do you like? This one or that one? Because I'm flexible. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. So Heal Your Way, MelissaLWatkins.com. All the subscriptions, all the packages. And if you're someone that's in my area and really wants to do the certification weekend, please let me know. There is a payment plan. So you can pay in full or you can break it up three payments paid by the first night. So you've got until August 8th to pay in full. But I do need to know because I have to order the materials. So you get books, you get guides. And to be honest with you, all the prices went up. So I did not push those prices over to you. I'm absorbing them. So that's why it's important for me to know who's coming so I know how many I have to order. Because I do like to get you the guides and I like to get you and you have to have the manuals and you're going to get the certificate and we're going to take pictures and it's going to be a whole thing and it's going to be a great weekend. I'm really looking forward to it. So, yeah. All right. I think we're going to leave it there. Thank you, Cynthia. I can't is 3D thinking. It sure is. Yeah. All right. So looking forward to that. I didn't know. Oh my gosh, 45 minutes. Holy cow. Okay. I didn't realize I was going to try to do actually something really short this morning. Well, that blew out of the water, didn't it? Because I sat down and all of a sudden it was like the download hit and I was like, oh, it's time to reactivate my group. I'm loving it. I've been thinking about it like on the edge of my awareness for about a week. But I guess today's the day. Spirit said today's the day. So this Mercury retrograde, reclaiming our power, reclaiming our voice. So it's going to be a good rest of this year. Honestly, it really is. So we just have to get ready for it. All right. So thank you for being here. Thank you for letting me ramble. I hope if you're called to, you will sign up for the group. And I'm really, really looking forward to it. Thank you so much. And we'll talk soon. Oh, tonight, 7 o'clock, Tarot Tuesday. Be there or be square. Love you guys.